Okay, let's dive in. LeBron James. We all know the name. King of the court. But maybe, just maybe, king of the flop too.
Oof, starting strong.
Well, there's this video, right, from the recent game, and it's got everyone talking. Did we just see something so, I don't know, theatrical, that it's actually damaging the NBA's credibility?
It's definitely stirred things up.
Mhm.
We're looking at this specific incident, trying to understand it based on, what we've seen and heard,
Mhm.
and the reactions. They're pretty intense.
So let's break it down. What exactly happened on the court?
Right, so the clip shows LeBron. He goes up for a play.
Yeah.
There seems to be, well, minimal contact, really minimal.
Okay.
But then he falls backwards. And it's not just a fall, it's
Yeah.
quite exaggerated. Our source material actually called it a straight-up performance.
A performance. Wow. That's blunt.
It is, and that theatricality, I think, is what's really caught fire online.
Copfire's putting it mildly. It's everywhere. Gone completely viral. Fans, analysts, everyone's got a take. The volume is just incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the fan reaction, according to our sources, is, well, they're livid. You're seeing words like embarrassing.
Yeah, I saw that. Insult to the game.
Exactly. That kind of language. There's this feeling it makes the game look maybe soft.
Yeah.
And that people might actually lose interest because of it. What do you think drives that kind of visceral fan anger?
I think maybe it feels like a betrayal. This is LeBron James, Titan of the game. The expectation is just different, higher.
Right.
So when something looks like, like that, like an over-the-top exaggeration, it feels off. And it's not just the fans, is it? The experts are weighing in, too.
No, they definitely are. Former players,
Mhm.
analysts, they're openly calling him out, as the source puts it.
And that carries weight coming from them.
It does.
Yeah.
Because they understand the game's pressures, the physicality. For them to speak out signals, I think, a genuine concern. Some are even floating ideas about consequences.
Like what?
Things like fines, maybe even suspensions, or perhaps rule changes to discourage this stuff more effectively. It really puts the spotlight on the NBA, doesn't it?
It does. What message do they send if they just stay silent? Especially with a play this visible.
Which brings us to a key point from the source material. Look, flopping isn't exactly brand new in the NBA. We've seen it before.
True. It's been around.
But the context here is what makes it explosive, right? It's LeBron. It's the playoffs. High stakes. That amplifies everything massively. It's not just the flop. It's who did it and when.
Yeah, the stage is huge.
Precisely. And the argument being made is, well, LeBron is so skilled, so physically dominant. He doesn't need to resort to this, does he?
You'd think not.
So when he does, it just hands ammunition to his critics,
Mhm.
And beyond that, it arguably hurts the image of the game itself. It chips away at that feeling of authentic, hard-fought competition.
That really seems to be the core issue here. The source highlights this pressure now on the league to actually maybe say something, to address it publicly.
Because if they don't, what precedent does that set? Does it signal that this kind of gamesmanship is acceptable even at the highest level? Could it sort of push some fans away?
It's a tough spot for them, and for LeBron's legacy too, perhaps. Does one play like this really stick?
That's the long-term question, isn't it? Does this erode some of that legacy? Does it become part of the narrative around him, this debate between skill and,
Yeah.
well, theatrics?
So, turning to you listening, you've probably seen the clip by now. You've heard some of the reactions we've discussed. What's your take? Was this an embarrassing flop that tarnishes LeBron and the league?
Or was it maybe just a savvy move, calculated, if dramatic, in the intense environment of playoff basketball? We really want to hear what you thought when you saw it.
Yeah, let us know. Drop a comment, send a message. What was your gut reaction, and what, if anything, should the NBA do about it?
And maybe think bigger picture, too, beyond just this one incident.
Yeah.
What does it tell us about the pressure cooker these star players are in? About where we draw the line ethically when trying to gain an edge? And, ultimately, what do we really want from basketball? What do we expect?
Some big questions there. Definitely let us know your thoughts. And think about this as we wrap up. Beyond this single play, what does it signal about where basketball is heading and what we, the fans, truly value in the sport?